One of the things I missed most during the COVID-19 pandemic was going out to restaurants. Now, I live in Chicago, where we have no shortage of great restaurants and no shortage of food that will clog your arteries. But in spite of the health risks, I love going out to eat. And one of the chief reasons I love going to a restaurant is because I don't have to make the food myself. I don't have to do any work. I can just show up, and all the work of the dining experience, from the tablescape to the environment to the food, is all taken care of for me. And something I've noticed lately is that this is how a lot of folks have come to view church. A lot of us in the modern day treat church like a weekly dining out experience. We come and we get some complimentary hospitality. We order an appetizer of worship. We get a main course of teaching. We finish up with some prayer dessert. Some of us even leave a tip as we walk out the door. This is what it looks like when church is a restaurant. And if church is a restaurant, then we are consumers of church. Now, I want to be really, really clear. If the restaurant mentality is what your current relationship to church looks like, you do not have to feel any shame about that. I actually think that's a really great place to start. And I want to encourage you for a second with a question. What would it look like to rethink our relationship to church? What would it look like for us to make that crucial step from a consumer to a contributor? Have you ever considered that when it comes to the work that God is doing in the world through his church, have you ever considered that you might have something to contribute to that? In several places throughout the New Testament, the Apostle Paul uses this language of spiritual gifts to describe what it is that we contribute. If you're unfamiliar with that language, the idea is that spiritual gifts are abilities that God gave to you so that he can work through you. And in 1 Corinthians 12, Paul says, "Now to each one, the manifestation or gifts of the Spirit is given for the common good." Did you hear that? According to Paul, who has the spiritual gifts? Who has something to contribute? Not just the pastor, not just the worship leader, not just the elders or the professionals, all of us. We all, you, me, everybody, we all have something to contribute when it comes to the work that God is doing in the world. And so I wonder what it might look like for you to make that shift in your church. Maybe you've been showing up to church for a while and you've been consuming. And maybe God has been working in and transforming your life in a meaningful way. I wonder if your next step now might be to sign up to serve or to lead a group so that you can begin contributing to God working in and transforming someone else's life. Or maybe right now you're looking for a church. You're doing a little church shopping. And the main question that you've been asking is, do I like the worship sound? Do I like the teacher? Are these people my vibe? And those are all really good questions to ask. But they're also all consumer questions. I wonder if you might just add another question to your list. When you walk into a church, just ask yourself, how might God be calling me to contribute to the work that he's doing here? Because at the end of the day, the church was never meant to be a 3-star Michelin restaurant. But from the very beginning, God's desire for his church is that it would be more like a dinner party, where instead of just showing up to consume, before we show up, we ask, what can I bring? Hey there, my name is John. I'm one of the teaching pastors here at Soul City Church in the heart of downtown Chicago. We're a local church with a global vision and a simple mission to lead people into a transforming relationship with Jesus. And that's our hope for you as you watch this video. If you enjoyed it or you were encouraged by it, I hope you'll subscribe to our channel so that you never miss any of our videos. And I hope you'll consider joining us for one of our Sunday worship gatherings. drinks. You can find service times and all the other info you need on our website, which is linked in the description of this video. Thanks so much for watching. Thanks so much for subscribing, and we'll see you next time.